Hello, hello. Welcome to Audio Addiction. It's your boy Brandon. Thanks for hanging. Thanks for chilling. Tonight, we voted like a democratic society. If you've not joined Discord, I would highly recommend joining Discord because this is where we vote about stuff. So if you want to vote about which group we're covering next, then you do it through there. I also don't know why it didn't update, which is a little annoying, but here we are. So come hang out, come join. A few of y'all recommended that we do and team, so I feel obliged to cover and team. So we're doing that tonight. Shoutouts to Harmy and Callow for putting it together. Lord knows I couldn't do it, so shoutouts to y'all for doing it up. But yeah, that's who we're doing tonight. And Kaylee is joining. Thank you, Kaylee. Let's go. We are doing it tonight. Yeah. Sarah, hello. Thanks for hanging. Appreciate y'all. But yeah, that's the vibe. So we're doing tonight. Unhi, what's good? And yeah, we haven't done a boys group in a little bit, so I felt like it was a good time to do it. Also, is the most voted on. So again, democratic. So come join Discord if you're new. Be really sick. Eddie, what's good? How you doing, sir? It's been a minute. Yeah, thanks for joining. We're doing some K-pop tonight, so the vibe is lit. Jazz, hello, what's good? So yeah, so that's what we're doing tonight. Again, Kala and Harmony have put the playlist together here, so I'll go over real fast for y'all. The first song, it looks like it's an audition, and the song is Final Countdown to Start. Then we move on to Under the Skin, Scent of You, Buzz Love. Then we have Wolf. I think I do remember seeing something similar to this. Firework, I think somebody did. It looks like I've watched it already. Road Not Taken, War Cry, Dropkick, Really Crazy, Maybe, Seadair. Hopefully I pronounced that correct. We have Scar to Scar, Kowar, Kawari. Okay. Apologies on this. Otarashi, Imprinted, Beat the Odds, Goya, Illumination, Yukari, Crescent Moon's Wish, Deer Hunter, Big Suki, and Going Blind. So very nice. Taste Windu, hello. It's been a while. Thanks for coming through. Oh, Kogawari. Okay. Thank you, Harmony. Appreciate it. English is not my strong suit tonight, but nor is it every night. Cal says, yay, this will be fun. Excited. Gunky, hello. Yeah, thanks for hanging. Thanks for everybody pulling up, you know. So we're gonna be doing some and team tonight, which I'm stoked. So I guess we should get into the first one. We're gonna get into the final countdown, and they go by and audition for this song, so I have no idea why that is. So if you do know, let me know in the comments or in the chat. Kyle says they are a Japanese boy group under Hype. Their dancing is so good. Ooh, okay. And Sarah says, love me some and team. Let's go. And that's the show they were formed on. Okay. Very nice. I had a feeling, just wanted to double check. So glad my intuition was on point. But let's do it up. And excuse me, Kaylee says and team is a 9-member boy group, and they debuted in 2022. Okay, so they're pretty newer-ish. And Harmony says EJK, Nicholas, and Taki were on Island, then continued to and audition to form and team. Okay, very nice. All right, well, let's get into it. I also know very little, if not anything, about the group Jazz, so I feel you. We're gonna soak it all up. So let's check it out. The only thing I remember is they're wolves. I feel like it was something with like Enhypen too. If I'm wrong, let me know. Okay, I do remember. I remember this. Okay. Coming back. Ooh. Ooh. Ooh, I like the production. This is good. That chorus is good. That's hidden. Love the dynamics. Oh. Ooh. Very nice, very nice. All right. This was an audition to become an team and their song The Final Countdown. Very nice. Kaylee's members are EJ, Fuma, Kay, Nicholas, Yuma, Joe, Harua, Taki, and Maki. Okay, very nice. Thank you. This was great. I feel I guess not conflicted, but I feel that this song is very interesting, and I'm curious how much of this sound winds up carrying over into Anteam stuff, or if this is considered Anteam. I mean, I imagine it is just because it's on this playlist. But I like this a lot, and if it kind of continues in that same sort of direction musically, I probably will enjoy a lot of Anteam stuff. I've heard a couple songs from them on previous streams ages ago, and I liked it. I was just honestly kind of curious to see like more of the evolution of their sound, but I thought this was a really good introduction to them, starting kind of from the beginning. They've got great voices. Like, I don't know, obviously I'm sure there's more people that I'm gonna pick out that I'm gonna bias later on, but I really like the melody choice in the song. I think there is a lot of great like ensemble vocals, which is what I really appreciate a lot. But I really enjoyed a lot of like the dynamics of the song. I like kind of those bigger like 808 beats as well. I feel like they incorporated it really well, but using it more of it as a I think they use it more of as a dynamic piece that kind of sets the stage for like those big choruses or like a really fun pre-chorus. I really like that. I think that it really frames the song around good structure versus like, oh, what's gonna sound interesting versus like what melodically kind of works. So I love that. I think if you're already starting off in that sort of basis for sound, I think that's a pretty good indication that you'll continue to do that in the future, hopefully. Obviously, depending upon who they work with, but I really like this a lot. I think it was super catchy. That chorus was phenomenal. Um, I just like kind of like the implementation of like instrumentation. I think it was a nice addition where you got again that like trap, like pop, more like pop distinguished sort of sound, but then there is definitely moments of like a little bit of electric guitar. Like the drum dynamics felt a little bit more, I guess, rocky in some places, which is really fun. I wouldn't have really expected as much from that, but it was a cool introduction, and obviously, I hope that they include that more. Um, but yeah, overall, I thought this was really good. I liked it a lot. I'm curious to see what people thought about it now going back versus like when it was first released. So I'm curious to I'm curious to see how well people think that this holds up. I would argue I think it holds up very well. I know it hasn't been that long since this song came out, but I feel like sonically it still sounds really good. I think it holds its own, so I definitely like that. Uh, Lucy says, "Oh my God, hi! They are my favorite group at the moment. They are the last group I became a fan. Hope you enjoy their music like I do." Oh well, thank you for joining. Come through. Let us feel free to give your commentary. I'd love to hear it. But and my buddy Eddie says, "Man, they put so much effort." I was gonna say they put a lot of effort. If you this is your first time getting into the K-pop realm of things, um, they put an extreme amount of effort into doing that. So glad you could join for Ann team. Very nice. Let's see. Harmony says they have done some one take performances as well with some band backing. Ooh, okay. If you enjoyed their vocals, that would be cool. We'll have to check some of that out. And then Cal says I think they're pretty. I think it's pretty. And team sound definitely have evolved in my opinion. Fair enough. Fair enough. Fair enough. Sonja, hello. Thanks for hanging. So Harmony says it does hold up well, and that I will get more rock sounds from Kala. Very nice. And they are very lore heavy. Yeah, I did notice that. I think mostly because when we covered Enhypen, which I don't think any, if you're here, you're here. If not, then it's not here. I wish I could post it, but it's just not here anymore. Um, but but I remember when we were talking about Enhypen in that period, I was like, they seem very lore heavy. So I can only imagine they are that much lore heavy. So very cool, very cool, great introduction. So we're gonna move on to the first and team song. If I'm guessing correctly, this is Under the Skin next. So let's check it out.
そんな顔するな。大人の狼が子供の狼を守るのは当然だろう。罪悪感はいらない。教えたいこともしてやりたいこともたくさんあった。でもお前たちは知ってたよな。どんなに怖くても辛くても守りたいものがあるときは勇気を出さなければいけないことを。 親から自分の居場所を守ることは人間と共に生きる人生の中で自分の役割を果たすことだ。譲れないものは何なのかを考えるんだ。お前たちがそんな風に一人の役割を果たす姿を見届けられなくてすまない。
Ooh. I like that melody. That was cool. Oh, from that scene from earlier. Wow.
I'm right here, I'm right here. So I'll kick her to hell, then she's gonna save me.
I like that interweave. That's cool. Oh, wow. Okay. I remember this. Oh. Oh, wow. The tie-in, yeah, I was gonna say. Nice. I like that. I do remember this. It's coming back. Very interesting. I am curious on like, well, first of all, this was and team under the skin. If you're hanging out, thanks for hanging for our and team deep dive. I am curious if, because obviously they're part of the same label, so like the correlation between the two, I think, is very interesting. I do like that, you know, obviously Enhypen, the tie-in for this for Enhypen and team, I thought was really cool, and like how they kind of co-mingle in that way. Um, I don't really see that as much. Maybe that's just my what I see in terms of like K groups, but I thought that's really nice. I like the kind of, again, the tie-in, the play on like, okay, we saw, you know, some moments of drunk dazed from Enhypen. I felt like this is a cool read in, and obviously since I've covered Enhypen before, I thought that was really good. Um, as for the song, I feel like for me, y'all know I don't like the long like the long lore sections of MVs, but I will say I'll give it a pass because I feel like the lore sections in this was really good. Um, they do play a very convincing role. I was not really expecting that, but I did feel I felt engaged, which I feel like typically for me is a plus. Normally, I don't want to say that I'm not engaged, but I feel like with lore sections or like long drawn out parts, it's a little bit like I'm just like, cool, I'm here for like the song. But I think it was really interesting. Obviously, it plays off their lore of being werewolves, so I appreciate that, and then I imagine they'll tie in more as we get into more songs further down the line. Um, but I thought the song itself was really good. I will have to listen to it all the way through just listening to the song itself, but I really liked it. That chorus, again, I think they're doing a really spot on job with some catchy choruses. Um, but I really, really, really like it. That melody choice is just so like earwormy. It's got like such a good catchiness to it that I really appreciate, and it's definitely gonna get stuck in my head 100% if it hasn't already. Dug a hole deep in my brain somewhere. But I really like that song a lot. I think they're extremely talented. There's a lot of good like ensemble moments where like obviously you get one main member to doing like some really fantastic like vocal lines, but I would also argue their ensemble vocals are really incredible as well too. Like I feel like they might go understated in terms of their discography as a collective, but I think some of those moments where you feel like the song's gonna hit as good as it does, like if there wasn't any ensemble vocals, I can't imagine it having the same sort of resonance that it does. So big salutes to whoever's doing a lot of the backing layered vocals, because they do a fantastic job of making those songs sound more engaging and also fuller. So I really love that a ton. But yeah, this was another great one. Like I said, I'm only familiar with it from just that little section of Enhypen, even though we didn't really, I don't think there was any and team song at the end of that video, or beginning of the video. But yeah, this one's one of those ones that I think I'm going to be thinking about now in terms of going back to their discography. So very nice, very nice. Eddie asks, can anyone dance like that? I can't either. So, I don't have the rhythm for that, which is weird because I play instruments. So maybe that's where the rhythm went. But Harney says the slight nasal tone you'll catch from time to time is Yuma. Ooh, okay. I did notice it, but now I'll really have to listen out for it now. Eddie also says this is cinema, and that melody sounds like the part in Love Like War by All Time Low. I was gonna say, did have a familiarity to it, which again, can't complain. It's always good. Sandra says, I like the song a lot. We'll look up non-lore MV, super cool MV, but the song deserves a good listen. Same. Feel that. And then Cal says the pause in the original MV as well, just not as long. So I just went all in for lore's sake. Hey, listen, we appreciate the dedication, so I'm about it. I'll sit through it. So very nice, very nice. We are keeping it moving though. The next one is Scent of You. I like how they're kind of like, I don't know if it's intentional, but like I like the titling of songs. Like Under the Skin feels like I would, again, I'm not a werewolf, but I would imagine that's how I would feel. So I feel like the naming convention of the song is good. I feel like Scent of You is another, I feel like, thing you would attribute to werewolf, people who are werewolves. So cool. I like this. All right, let's get into the Scent of You next. Ooh.
There's no question, we can make it together.
Ooh. Ooh, that melody is good. That falsetto tone's super nice too.
Gotta tell ya.
Very interesting. All right. This was Ann Team Scent of You. If you're hanging out, thanks for hanging. Appreciate it. Uh, Harmony says, I feel like I should be saying something, but honestly, I'm just vibing because I love the music so much. Kala echoed that. And then Harmony says, first rapper was Nico slash Nicholas, a Taiwanese member of the group. And EJ is Korean. The rest of the group is Japanese. Ooh, okay. I was gonna say the pan to the shoes. I'm about it. Listen, I'm a I don't collect shoes as much as I used to, but I definitely appreciate a fashion king, you know what I mean? So um this was fun. I like this one a lot. I feel like I'm probably gonna say that a good bit tonight. But I like this. This is really interesting. I like the like little bit of like I don't know if I guess it's guitar. I would guess it's guitar. Like just the way that it was stylized was really interesting, and the way that they used that loop I thought was very fun. But I will say I think the star of the show was just like a lot of the good like melodies in the song. I think they did a great job of making it like feel dynamically a little bit more interesting as well. Like there's a lot of cool like chromatic descending vocal runs, especially in that like chorus section. I thought that was really nice. It matches up well with like the different vibe of the song. I feel like in terms of members that stood out to me, that's a little tough. I feel like there was definitely a couple members that I really liked. Um, I'm trying to locate the spots where I was vibing. Um, I will say I like whoever has the blonde highlights here in the direct center of the screen here. That's K. Okay, K's awesome. He's got the charisma. I feel like to me, like I every time they pan to him, I was just like, I'm like, does that guy knows the camera is on him? You know what I mean? Like he's got that certain like the certain suave that I gotta give him salutes for. But also his voice is really nice. I like the kind of like all of them have like a really good like pristine tone. I'm curious if they kind of expand that that kind of vibe a little bit more. But there's just something about him that I just knew. I was like, damn, there's some Riz here that I am yet to know about, but I feel like there is there. Another couple members I liked. Let me see if I can get a better shot. Because that was really bad. Whoever this is, I liked his vocals a ton too. So K, I feel Fuma. Is it Fuma? Fuma. Okay, perfect. Yeah, I feel like K and Fuma had been the two that stood out to me the most. Also has a lot of charisma as well. But honestly they're all like they have all got a good amount of swag to them. I also really love the bridge in the song, the combination of like the little rap sections from earlier were great. Nico and EJ killed it. Shout outs to both of them. I liked both of their tones a ton, but I think the bridge kind of shook up the song a little bit. It was starting to get I don't want to say it was starting to get repetitive because it definitely like was really fun, really catchy. I felt engaged, but I also really loved I just love the switch up of the song. I think it gives such a different feel for the track, and then once you come back into that final chorus again, I think it really kind of ties it all together. So I really like that a lot. But yeah, definitely K and Fuma. I feel like to me were the ones that I was like keeping my eyes out for. So definitely like that a ton. So thank you, chat, for letting me know. Uh, Cal says he's a performer for sure. And Harmony says, oh, absolutely. He loves being on stage. And then Harmony also commented and said he didn't actually start on Idol life until early 20s. He's 27 now and the oldest of the group. Oh, wow. Okay. Would have never guessed that. That's wild. And then Fuma was a backup dancer for BTS at one point. You know what? That checks out. I feel that. You know, his choreo is cool. Also, I got to give a shout outs. I love that one section where they had everybody on the outskirts and they had one member in the middle. I thought that was just so much fun. And like the way that they kind of like panned the camera around the circle a little bit, I think was really neat. But yeah, the choreography was also impressive on this one too. So, yeah, this one's I might have to listen to some more. I feel like, enjoyed this one a ton. So I've been 3 for 3 on An Team. So I'm stoked. This is a good night for me. So let's keep it moving. The next one is Buzz Love. So let's check it out. Oh. Another catchy chorus. Wow. For 4 for 4. Oh, that was cool. Oh. Ooh. Oh, I like that rhythm switch at the end. That was cool. Oh, that's cool. I like that. That was a sick dance practice. I'm about this. All right, very nice. This was Team Buzz Love. If you're hanging out, thanks for hanging. Appreciate y'all. This was so fun. I feel like for me, I feel like to me, like boys group inherit like a certain spot of my mind where I feel like they have to have like this really like energetic, a little bit more like hype, like a little bit more like bombastic sort of songs. And like, you know, I feel that obviously there's a wide range of different groups that we cover on a weekly, monthly, yearly basis. So I feel like I've been trying to slowly carve out in my head that, you know, guys groups can do these more like bubbly, like major tone songs well. And I would say that this one is one of those ones that I feel like ranks amongst the top for me. I would probably put this up very similarly to like how much I've been enjoying like a lot of Boys Next Door stuff. I feel like they also kind of again embody that sort of more like melodically major key sort of stuff in my music listening habits. But this one I think you can't I can't I obviously you can't deny how sweet it is. I feel like it is just a youthful vibe. Yeah, I agree with Kaylee. Like there's just something about it that just is like really bubbly sweet, and I feel like again Buzz Love I feel like is a great, you know, great song title for this because I feel like it does give you that like warm fuzzy feeling, you know. And I would argue that Team does it really well. In terms of that. So I definitely appreciate that a lot. And I wouldn't necessarily, again, attribute all of their music to this sound, but I do like that they can, you know, branch out and do different things. I will say that again, very similarly to probably the last 4 comments I've made about choruses, but I'll continue on with the streak. I feel like this one is another extremely catchy chorus. I think the hook on this is so good. I love that they are not afraid to go into more of that higher register, the more like head voice, falsetto tones. I feel like you don't get to hear that as much, or maybe it is more of a, you know, definitely a higher peak in terms of like vocal like prowess. But they do a great job, and it doesn't feel like they skip a beat at all in terms of their, you know, delivery and what they're capable of doing. So I love that, and I think it translates really well because I mean they have quite the range in this group. So definitely appreciate that. Obviously I have to give my shout outs to the choreography in this. I thought it was incredible. I love the different camera shifts where they were like changing the scenes. They move again that more like they had those car slides and everything, and they transferred out, and like the choreography was like so clean, so like, you know, so well organized and so well arranged that I think it really not only I feel like piqued my interest in terms of just watching them perform it, but I feel like it just helped me. Not that I didn't need the help already, but just helped me enjoy the song more. Just because I was just like, damn, like they're doing all this stuff in terms of like obviously singing it and practicing the dance routine for it, but just like with such ease, it just seemed like it was really incredible. So obviously extremely well rehearsed, and they did a fantastic job. So yeah, this is definitely one of those songs that I feel like I would put on my sleeper list just because I think that this one will definitely be stuck in my head 100%. But I also feel like it's one of those songs that, you know, at least from my perspective, I wouldn't necessarily associate with Team, but I feel like it is one of those songs that I'm just like, damn, this is such a good song that if it isn't on your playlist or your, you know, Spotify playlist or Apple playlist or whatever, then it absolutely needs to be because this one's a good one. Super catchy, super sweet, and yeah, I feel like it represents them very well. So very cool. Cal says the energy in this one is so fun. The synchronization is crazy. I agree. Harmony says, but I've only listened to them a few months now, thanks to the kid and looping of Big Suki. Ooh, oh god, I'm gonna have to. I don't know what Big Suki is, but I'm scared. And so it just says, was this a dance practice video? If not, it's such a cool idea, and it is a dance practice video. Very nice. And let's see. Harvey says, most of their vocal tones are on the higher side, honestly. I was going to say, which is impressive. I feel like that, again, that's such a interesting like tonal cap to be in. So I definitely like it. It was not a disrespectful thing. I like it. So very cool. And Sundra says they're obviously crazy talented dancers. I big stamp of approval on that one for sure. So very nice, very nice. We will keep this train a moving. The next one we have here is Wolf. So let's check it out. It is live, it looks like.
Let's go.
Ooh. That melody choice is so interesting. Wow. Woo.
Let's roll. Hit that. I'm a werewolf, skin thrower, all in the songs I got it. Put the beat down with my sharp hands, and I see master band. How about this? Christ, you know no one go better run. Can I change now? I don't think you know it's so okay.
Woo. All right, very cool. This was Anteam's Wolf win or lose a fight. Very nice, very nice. I think if there was any indication that they weren't good singers, then I feel like this is a song that you need to show them if you were unconvinced of that. This one was insane. I will also say, I know I made the comment earlier and I'll probably repeat it a few more times, but this one I feel like is truly deserving of this sentiment. But man, the vocal register on this one was way higher. I feel like they pushed the bar more in the upwards direction, which I was not expecting. But this one definitely is like head voice, falsetto, and for them to continue to do like vocal runs in that like space, I think is really incredible. Obviously, like again, you would have to have some extremely good vocals in order to handle that handle that top range. So I definitely love that a lot. But man, this is a vocal treat. So I really really like this one a lot. I also love like the beat of the song. It's got a great groove to it. Really fun. I also got to shout outs again. The choreography on this one was also really incredible. I feel like for them to hold those like falsetto-y head voice tones and still be able to perform like that, I think is a true testament to their lungs. Because I feel like that requires so much like obviously practice, skill, and I feel like breath control is like super key for all of all of that to work out obviously. But I didn't feel like there was any parts where I was like, ooh, like this one's a little bit more a little dicier live. But I like I said, I was a little shocked, if I'm being honest. So definitely was carrying it for sure. um man, I don't know if I like honestly, there was some really fun moments throughout the song. I just genuinely like it was cool. I think if I've got it correct, I'm trying to figure out who was who. I think Nico was the one with the red hair, and EJ may have been the one following with the black hair. I could be wrong. If you would like to let me know in chat, that'd be sick. But that wasn't the rapping sections in the song. I wasn't kind of expecting it. Nico was red. Okay, perfect. I feel like the combination between them two is like a dynamic duo. I feel like I love when there's like two really good rappers in boy groups. I feel like it always amps up the energy a little bit. Um, but I really thought their combination together in this song, I think, was my favorite so far. So shout outs to them. But really really liked. There was one member in particular that I was like looking at the like for a majority of the time, and I was like, damn, he's crushing it. So let me see if I can find who I think it was. I it was whoever this is. If this is also K as well, I'll be damn shocked. Oh, it is K again. All right. I think I'm a K bias. I'm a K bias. Let's go. K was crushing it. I was like, damn, he is really really holding it down here with again those falsetto tones, like a lot of that I know we were talking about like the riz of him earlier, but that truly is a statement. I feel like live, like I was like, damn, I can't even keep looking away. So I feel like that's a true compliment there. But yeah, that song was great. This one, I think, like again, if I missed out on listening to this one, I'd be very uh I feel like I would be very remiss if I didn't listen to this one. So this was a great choice. Thank you, Harmony. They also said K is easy to bias. I agree. I feel like he just let the door open and I just walked right in. So um let's see what else. And Yuma was great too. I will agree with you, Harmony. I was after you made that comment, I was like starting to point out more of Yuma's stuff, but he's incredible too. So I don't know if he's your bias or not, but um incredible stuff there. Harmony says Maki had black hair and went back and forth with him. EJ has some good rap sections and other songs. Ooh, okay. Maki, shout outs to Maki. Apologies. EJ is also good, but Maki crushed it in the song too. So big salutes. Cal says Taki also did so great in this live. Ooh, okay, okay. Harmony says my biases are Nico, K, Fuma, and Fuma. Okay. So I have two of yours. I pretty much have all three of your biases. I'm pretty positive. So I've at least mentioned all three of those gentlemen. So Kyle says my bias is Joe. Okay. And then Harmony says Taki held that other high note. Ooh, very nice. And Kaylee says mine are Harua and Fuma. Ooh, okay. I feel like Fuma's on a lot of people's, so I'm surprised. Not that I'm surprised. I feel like they're all incredible. So, Joe, I'll have to check out. I'll have to listen in for Joe now. Now I'll have to dig deep in the soul here. So, very nice. This is a great choice again, Harmony. Thank you for getting this added. I would have been done. Harmony says Fuma is a sleeper bias. He's a Pokemon nerd. Hey, say less. Say less. Say less. Oh man. Say less. I love it. Kyle says he doesn't stand out as much in earlier videos, but definitely gets more later. Ooh, okay. I'll be patiently. You know, I feel like it's the slow burn. You know, I'm ready. I'm waiting. So, very nice. We're gonna keep it moving. The next one is Firework, which I have listened to, but I think it's been a very long time. So I'm excited to re-listen to it. Let's check it out.
My precious time. Hey! Manatsu no yosai to firework. 高鳴ることは止まらない。どんな旅だろうといいんだ。この胸が叫び。今すぐ君に会いたい。あの空駆け抜け色とりどりのフレーム。君も見ているなら You know that we feel the same 共に走り出そう降り注ぐ光は願い込めたシュールと君を探していた Light me up まるでmagic You and I 忘れないと願った瞬間 Bang bang 空に咲いた Firework 確かでバク転とした期待を確かにした君との出会いが教えてくれた僕は一人じゃないと I know in the love ざわめく胸の理由 I know in the life 夏の夜が僕に落としたの届かせもう一度火をつける君と僕が僕へ変わってく今重なり合う声夜に舞う花びら照らす君の姿僕はただ見ていた Light me up まるで magic You and I 忘れない君と出会った瞬間 Bang bang 空に咲いた Firework I die No going back 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 Let me dance Running so fast 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 後悔なんてしたくない絶対ないあの夜空に届けたい一人じゃ届かないでも僕らは手を伸ばす Firework
Bridge is so good on this.
降り注ぐ光は願い込めたシュールと君を探していた Light me up まるで magic You and I 忘れない瞳が合った瞬間 Bang bang 空に咲いた Firework
Ooh. I remember this had a little bit of lore at the end. There was like little bits of lore at the beginning of this video, so it makes sense. I remember being so confused about this song when we first listened to it. Now it makes sense. Very nice. All right. This was Team Firework. If you're hanging out, thank you for hanging out. This one, I remember listening to it the flash flood of information in my brain came back. I remember liking it. But I feel like now, knowing kind of again a little bit more of their history, I feel like I appreciate this song that much more. Um, so definitely love that. A comment that I made on the first video for and audition, I feel like I will agree with Cal. I think in the sense that their sound I feel like has remained super well. Like I would argue obviously there is evolution in what they're doing with each release, but I do feel like they kind of keep a lot of the ethos of what, obviously made them and audition slash and team. So I really love that. And I think this song represents them very well, kind of packs in that like little bit of rock edge that they have, but at the same point incorporating a lot of good electronic elements as well. So I definitely like that a lot, and I think that's truly to me like, not that groups again that go through a bunch of change I don't like, but I do feel like there is a level of consistency that I like with the team, and I hope that they continue on with that level of consistency as well, because I think it does their songs and obviously their discography more of a justice, right? If there's kind of like that through line, not only I think in lore but also musicality, I appreciate that a lot more. This song was incredible. I love the chorus. I think this was a really, really, really good one. I also really appreciate the bridge in the song. I think that's like probably my favorite part of the song, is just how incredible and how like large that song becomes in the bridge. So I really, really, really like it. Um, I will say that the chorus, again, they make fantastic choruses. I don't think there's been a chorus that I haven't liked from Team thus far, and this one is another catchy one. I think their team, whoever they're working with, has been doing a fantastic fucking job with the choruses, because they've been spot on. They've definitely been something. Again, I might have a little bit more commentary on this song because I've listened to it before, but just I think that it feels more well-rounded than I remember listening to it out of succession. But this was another fantastic song. I definitely will be throwing this one on a ton from here on out. So very nice. Let's see. A couple comments here. Everyone's saying Joe's song is undoubtedly Deer Hunter. Ooh, very nice. Kaylee says, "Oh, the air drums came out." I listen. It's a good song when the air drums come out. So, and then Kaylee says, "We love song with long enough to have bridges." I was gonna say that is a surprise. I know that they're like a part of Hive, but that is a little bit of a shocker for me at least. Cal says this is a fan favorite song for good reason. I agree. Lucia says incredible song. Sandra says love this one. Jazz says like this one. Harney says faded love equals first person you see under the crimson mood, aka lore between both Enhypen and Anteam. I do remember this. When we covered Enhypen. I do remember that. Kyle says they have such a signature sound. One of the things that drew me to them, though they do have some outliers. Ooh, okay. I do like that. Like I said, I think there is, and again, I can speak for Buzz Love. I feel like that one is a little bit more of that outlier, but it's still great. Like I said, I love that song as well. But I think it is like, I think they remain true to what they know well, and obviously what kind of keeps them in that pocket. But I also love that they have songs that you wouldn't really expect them to do, and they still do it equally as well. So that's awesome. It's good to see. I think it obviously shows the level of talent and just like, skills that they have. So good to see. All right. We're keeping the train a moving tonight. The next one we have is Road Not Taken. So let's check it out.
Where are you at now? We're crossing on our way. No one knows how long it'll take. Are we lost or found? What is out there? Find you in the darkness. Do you feel the same? Yeah, we going down, are we lost or found? going down, down, so that demo don't stop. Here we going round, round, oh we lost our found. Here we going down, down, 지금까지 down. Here we going round, round, oh we lost our found. 이만 하실 리 say, no time to be afraid. Make out of the math, the tune she does, who I am. No taking, 사가지 못하면 돼. We're crossing all the way. 내 머리카락 미치워 you can't. Stuck in the dark night. 알아가는 나의 destiny. 김민이 떠나가는 미친 나. Going on, 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 so on. Yeah, find you in the dark, find you in the darkness. No, 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 can you let me go? 기습해서 내려 따위 my ass. Rock, 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 rock with a waveform. 고독도 못해, 스스로를 my pace. Yeah, we going down, down, oh we lost our fun. Yeah, we going
Nice.
down, down, 지금까지 daytime. Yeah, we going round, round, oh we lost our fun. Actually to say, no time to be afraid. Don't make it to me. That's any he does, but who I am.
You have to do that dance formation, Sarah.
Guess what is yours to me? Yes, do you feel the same? 힘이 놓고 왜가 걸어서기니. 같은 답이 차가 마른 heartbeat. 쓰고 나의 타이거 어서 my skin. 힘이 너 돼, tonight 되고 있는 way. 이만 타면 때는 희망와 나이네. Yeah, no matter what it takes my faith. 김민이 going 술은 나네. Shout it out, shout it out, shout it. Yeah, hear you in the dark, hear you in the darkness. No, 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 stop and moving on. 집이 걸리는 my heartless. Rock, 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 rocking onto the road. 우리 headed hard, then I rock straight to that day. Yeah, we going down, down, oh we lost our fun. Yeah, we going down, down, 지금까지 daytime. Yeah, we going round, round, oh we lost our fun. Yeah, we going down, down, oh we lost our fun. Yeah, we keep it going up till the freedom's gone. Yeah, we going round, round, oh we lost our fun. 이만 하실 리 to say, no time to be afraid. Make out of the math, the tune she does, who I am. No taking, 사가지 못하면 돼. We're crossing all the way. 힘이 놓고 애가 걸어서기니. No taking.
Ooh, okay. I was not where I was expecting it to end, but very interesting. All right. This was Ann Team, Road Not Taken. Very nice, very nice. I was gonna say there I cracking me up, Eddie. I love it. Man, how can you manage almost 10 people in a group? There are groups that are larger. I was gonna say, Kaylee always says, I always think, but then there are groups are Triple S 24 members, which we've covered, 17, which we've covered, and NCT has 25 members, which we've also covered. So it is interesting. I would definitely recommend going down the rabbit hole, Ed, if you haven't. So and we're doing a show with 90 that is true, right? As of currently, yes. Which is wild. One of the biggest obstacles, I feel like I almost always choose the obstacles to have in June. I don't know why. June must be my obstacle month, but I feel we start all the big projects in June. But this one was good. I like this one. I will say not that I feel like the song is bad, and obviously to dispel any hate that I feel like I don't have for this song. I just feel like this one was solid. You know what I mean? Like some of the other songs that I had more attraction to, or just like immediately knew, I was like, damn, this is a really good song. This one is good, but I feel like the bar that they have set for themselves in my mind is like obviously a little bit higher. So I feel that the song is very good, but it's definitely like not amongst the favorites that I've heard tonight, which is not a bad thing. You can't. I personally feel like you can't have all hits, but that's not the point. I feel like this song is really well organized. I feel like, again, the chorus in the song was on point. I really liked it. But I feel like melodically, like instrumentally, there's been some songs that I feel like they have pushed themselves a little bit more, and this one feels a little bit more safe. It seems a little bit more I like that they're pulling from more of that synth choice in this song. Like, it definitely seems a little bit more synth focused, but I think this one really allows you to focus more, especially on the MV, more specifically on the choreography. So I will agree with Eddie in chat, just like how phenomenal the choreography is. I feel like we are often spoiled in K-pop considering how good the choreography is, but just, man, I feel like it definitely raised the stakes for sure. But I really thought this was good. Yeah, extremely well choreographed. I will say one member, I don't know if, again, I've named them already, but I will say there is one specific person I really liked in this song, and I want to try to see if I can get a good shot. Oh man, am I gonna get a close up? If I swear to God, if it's one of the people that I've already biased already, then I feel like I've locked my choices in. But whoever is on in the middle of the screen here with this white and black shirt, Joe. Oh shit. Okay, shout out to Joe. I really liked him a ton. In this song, I thought his moments in this song were really good. I liked his vocal tone. And then I kind of just tried to. I feel like whenever we do these and there's a lot of members, if there's somebody that I like, I was like trying to like. I feel like I try to focus my thought process and my mind and my ears on like one person specifically, or maybe two if it's really like, a song that just is just something I need to stick to. But I do try to focus on people that obviously I would love to give the love to, but as well as that, hoping that I don't get the same person that I already said a lot of nice things about, because want to try to give everybody the love, certainly, but I know sometimes that doesn't always happen the way it is. But yeah, shout out to Joe. Incredible work on the song. You're awesome. So very nice. Everyone said Joe, and Kayla says, woo, we love it. Kayla says, and Kaylee says, you were looking for him and you found him. I did. We did some cyber sleuthing, so very nice. And he says, even I managed an orchestra, would have been tons of work. I agree. Eddie's killer. Go check him out. Awesome shit. Sandra says, these guys dancing is on another level. Give their choreographer a raise. I big agree. Love to see it. Kyle says, I think all of the members in this group get their standout moments. I do agree. I feel like I love the respect, because I think sometimes, like, again, there are some groups that we've covered where I feel like there's some members that are a little bit, obviously you wish you could show love to them, but, I think that's kind of hopefully a good progression we're moving in, where everybody kind of gets their deserved flowers, and I hope that for every group, because I think it's, when you're doing something like this, I feel like you want to be able to be shown the love, and, I want to try to do what I can, not just because I'm obligated to, but I feel, if it deserves the respect, it deserves the respect, So very nice, very nice. Well, we're gonna keep it moving with An Team. The next one is War Cry, so check it out. Ooh. Huh. Ooh. This chorus is good. I like this. Okay, okay. Oh, good final chorus. Okay, I thought there was gonna be more. So very nice. This was Anteam's War Cry. If you're hanging out, thanks for hanging for the Anteam deep dive. Some commentaries real quick. Looks like Callus says this was a moment. I don't know if whether or not this is a good or bad thing. Positive, negative. You have to let me know. Harmony says this one is so synchronized in performance. Ooh, and Cal backed that up. Sarah says this is my favorite so far, I think. And everyone said is very, very Sarah coded. I would also agree. That was no joke. That was the first thought that populated in my head. I was like, you know what? I was like, this feels very Sarah coded. You know, I was like, I can visualize it. You know, so, and positive. Okay, very cool. And Kaylee says some crazy cool visuals in this one. I did like it. I don't know if there's obviously their correlation with Enhypen, but there was like bats in the back and like mixed throughout, and I thought that was really cool. Obviously showing their battle between the two, so really neat. I thought this was great. I think this kind of scratches that itch of like that more rock tone that I was expecting to get, and I liked it. Dynamically, it's a little bit more pungent, which I think is good. You definitely need a like, especially for a song name called War Cry. I feel like you need a song that's like a little bit more anthemic, a little bit more like it's got to have a lot of gusto to it, you know. So I feel like this one definitely does. I liked a lot of the like rock guitar tones in this. I think especially like a little bit more of those like guitar bends and like a little bit of like more moments you would, you know, again, see in rock music. I think that was good. Again, it adds that amplification of the song. I also like that this one's more in a minor tonality, minor key. I was really surprised by that. Just considering how all the other songs kind of remained in more of a like chromatic, or I guess in some cases like more of a major tone. So I think tonally this was an interesting shift and I liked it. It definitely, again, pulls from that sort of emo rock kind of thing to it. I love the more dynamics of the drums in this song. I feel like it feels more punchy, and I like that. Just because, again, you want a song, again, named War Cry to have more of that drum and like bass heavy sort of song. I will say the only part of the song that I didn't really, I guess, maybe appreciate or like didn't understand, the bridge was a little off. I feel like that's probably the only thing that I felt like in my head I was like, you know, I think they could have done some, I think they could have changed it up a little bit. I just think having the vocals and obviously having that bass line, while be it cool, I feel they could pushed it a little bit more, and then obviously driven the song that much further in that final chorus, because I think the final chorus is good. I just feel like that transition could have been done a little bit smoother, and I feel like if anything they could have had more of a build up, because I feel like it's a little lackluster in that sense. But beyond that, I really enjoyed this song. It's definitely amongst the top. There are some songs I feel like I'm excited to listen to later on in the playlist, but this one's a fun one, and the visuals go off. So I feel like you gotta give him the salutes for that. But yeah, overall, 2 thumbs up. I like it. So, and Sarah says, "Y'all know me so well." I feel like we would like to hope so. But very nice. We're gonna keep it moving. The next one is Dropkick, which I don't know. I feel like maybe I didn't listen to this one. I thought for sure I had listened to this one just based off the thumbnail, but we're gonna check it out anyway. If I have listened to it, I'll let you know. But let's give it a listen. Maybe I might be mixing it up with another soccer themed music video. I have not heard this one. Ooh. Hey, Fuma, let's go. My goat. That's K for sure. Oh, shit. It's Monkey. Damn it. So much for trying. I thought I was really cooking, guys. A key change? Let's go. Woo! That build-in is wildly catchy. Very nice. All right, this was Team Dropkick. Very cool. I did like that they had their like the jackets and stuff with their names on it, and I still didn't get it right, which is probably my problem. Very cool. Very cool. I love this one a lot. This one again, I think very similarly to Buzz Love. I feel like I enjoy this because just the like major key upbeat tones. I love that. I feel like this song is heavily influenced by like 80s synth pop, which I think is great. I really liked it. Obviously, the melodic choices in this song, again, like the runs were just really incredible. I think there is definitely some moments where I was just like purely shocked, especially towards the end of the song, where I think like the song was good as it is, and I honestly, if it kept the same sort of like kept the same sort of feel to it, I would have probably enjoyed it a lot. But just like once they did that like like melodic major key run into then like a key change and then incorporating it more throughout the song towards the end, I think was just like a cool introduction to this part of this song, but then incorporating it more as the song progressed. And I love that. I think that again shows off the level of skill that they possess, but also at the same point, I think obviously it gets to highlight how talented they are vocally. So I think that is a twofold thing that I really appreciate. I really liked, obviously I shouted out Maki. Incredible stuff. I think his vocals were really good. His vocals were really good throughout the song. So it was a little unintentional, but maybe somewhat intentional. So shout outs to Maki. And I want to guess who I think this is. And I think it was based off of a commentary earlier that Harmony had made. But whoever had the like ski goggles on, I want to say that's Yuma, if I'm not mistaken. Because I feel like he had like a really distinct tone. I thought he was incredible. I kind of pointed out him a couple times. Obviously, he was in this section, and then he was a little bit later on in the song, but he was awesome. Like I said, his tone really sticks out a lot in this song. I feel like maybe prior songs, not that I wasn't listening for him, but like the distinctness of his voice, I think was really highlighted well in this track. So I love it. Shout out to Yuma, incredible voice, definitely unique, very unique tone, like probably amongst the most unique tones that I've heard in K-pop thus far. I've only been doing this for a couple of years, but I feel like definitely amongst the ones that I feel like you'll mentally put like a little bit of a space in there for, but it's really nice. So shout out to Yuma, incredible stuff. I probably put him close to like vocal tones in terms of like memory to like, I know Hey Chan from NCT has a very memorable vocal tone. So like, I feel like in that capacity, I'll probably keep the same beat with Yuma, but yeah, this song is incredible. I feel like if anything, if you gave me like most of the song up until the second chorus, I would say like it's an 8 out of 10, but just like the song, that latter half of that song, I think was just so incredible, and I feel like it makes up a lot more ground. So if I had to like numerically rate it, I feel like it'd be closer to a 9 out of 10 with that like beautiful ending, spot on, good shit. So this one's probably one of my favorites so far that I've heard tonight, which is very surprising because I'm sure we have more. We do have more. Not that I'm sure if we do absolutely have more music coming, but this one was one of my favorites. I was purely shocked at how good this one was. So, good shit. Kala says it was Yuma. Kelly says, woo, I did guess correct. We love to see it. Lucy said yes as well. And Kala says, I love his voice. I agree. I love his voice too. And Harmony also said Yuma. Okay, very cool. Very, very nice. Very nice. We're going to keep it moving. The next one is Really Crazy. Ooh, I don't know if this is from the same release, but if it is, I probably will have to go back and listen to this release. So let's check it out.
Every day, every night, 夢の中みたい君との出会い期待する未来目指してみたい僕らだけのParadise手を取ってさ Come with me な気づけずにたんだこの世界はどこか Strange 怖くはないだって君と巡り合って Oh yeah 動き始めた Every day Cause tonight is cool きっとあの呼吸ほらまた息が
I think Joe's in the middle. Am I correct on that? 43. He was good. Nice. Let's go. I'm sorry, I'm learning.
No way 考えることを見通したねさ一緒に必ず Symphony Billy Billy 通じ合う君に一心手心テレパシー送るから繋いで My hand My hand My hand ないだって君と笑い合って Oh yeah 言葉はいらないYou and I 重なり出すグルーヴきっとあうんの呼吸ほらまた息が合う Baby 死んじゃおかしい Tell me the truth 共感ばかり with you 多分あと100回は言う Baby 死んじゃおかしい僕ら思い描くここにはない So better 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 cruise 君となら forever 話せるようだ死んじゃおかしい I feel it I feel it baby I feel it 死んじゃおかしい I feel it I feel it baby I feel it 死んじゃおかしい死んじゃおかしい
Very cool. All right, this was An Team Really Crazy. If you're hanging out, thanks for hanging. Were they mixing? I think they were mixing Korean and Japanese, right? With Oashi, because I know Chincha in Korean is really. Because I know a little bit in terms of some Korean stuff, but I feel like that was cool. I like that. That's obviously very representative of An Team. So very nice. This was sweet. This was a night. Oh, really? Okay. I know Chincha is really. So, oh, really? Okay, that makes sense. I thought they were saying like really crazy at the end, and I was like, very interesting. But thank you, Kaylee. This was fun. I think this was definitely I think the song choices have been very interesting so far. Like we've gotten Kayla says that War Cry, Dropkick, and this one were all on the same release. I think this is very interesting. What a kind of combination of different flavors, right? And I feel like that obviously isn't that different from isn't that different from what I feel like most K groups do, which title tracks feel very different from the other one, but very interesting. Okay. Let me see. Kaylee says, it's just really sorry. That's the name of the End Flying song. Armin says, Okashi is weird / odd. So crazy is translation that makes sense. Ooh, okay. That's interesting. And Two Tunes, thanks for hanging. Yeah, I think this one's very nice. Like, I like the array of different sounds that you've gotten. Like, War Cry sonically feels different than Dropkick, which feels sonically different from Really Crazy. Though I will say maybe like Dropkick and Really Crazy seem like they would fit very well together, which obviously they do since they're on the same release. But like I wouldn't be making the same jumps that I feel like I would be making from like War Cry to Dropkick. Those songs obviously feel very different and for good reason. But I like this. This was very smooth, very clean. At the beginning, I wanted to guess that was Yuma, and I was correct in my head. I didn't say it, which I probably should have, but he was incredible. Starting the song off, love to see it. But I really liked his tone, obviously. As well as that, I also loved Joe in this song. He was great. Fuma is also incredible. I feel like, again, I know I've been given some love to Fuma, but I feel like in this song he is absolutely crushing it. So big salutes to Fuma. And there was one member I don't know if I've pointed out yet, but I liked whoever this member is. Their tone was also really incredible, and I feel like I gotta give them their flowers as well. So those were kind of the people that I liked about the song. But yeah, I think in terms of like sonically, Harua, very nice, very nice. Shout outs. He was cool. I liked it. Very similar to, or not very similar, in a similar sort of boat to that of Yuma. Why I like his vocals. He's got a very unique color to his tone. So love that. And again, I feel like a song that highlights them well. Harua. Okay. Harua. Thank you. Again, English is not my strong suit here. But yeah, this was great. The beat was really nice as well too. I think the song kind of takes a little bit more of a backseat which I think in the B-sides or like, extra songs on the release, I feel like that's kind of more, more known on that. But yeah, it doesn't feel like, I don't feel like it is that crazy in terms of musicality where I was like, oh yeah, like this one's insane, as much as the last song, excuse me. But yeah, I thought this was really good. Definitely more of a change of pace, but I think it gets to highlight more of the members, which you love to see. So this was a good song. I enjoyed this one. And Kaylee laughed at my comment. It is true though. I feel like I get a handful of comments on how terrible my pronunciation is, or I'm trying here, guys. All right, I'm doing the best I can. But very nice. We're gonna keep it moving. The next Team song is Maybe, so let's check it out. That's not a maybe. We're gonna definitely check it out. So. Listen, Kaylee, you should know at this point, nothing is my strong suit. Eric Johnson. Thank you, Harvey. Ooh. All right, very cool. This was Team Maybe, if you're hanging out for the Team deep dive. This was gorgeous. I like the guitar tone. I love the more somber ballady type feel of this song. I agree with Sonja a ton on their comment. But I think this speaks very well in regards to what Team is. There are some songs I feel like that they will do, and there's some songs that you feel like maybe come out of left field, and that not that I feel like this one comes out of left field, because obviously I know they're very vocally talented, but I feel like to do a ballad is is always an interesting task, and I'm always curious on how groups kind of go about it. But I feel like this feels very and team. That's all to say that I feel like it is very and team associated. And I love that because like I think they didn't really compromise on like the vocal tones. I maybe would have wished, just because again it is a ballad, and knowing how talented they are vocally, I think I would have loved to see them press a little bit more, especially towards the end of the song. I think that would have been really nice to kind of just again sell home that, again, great range that they have, but as well as that, I think to kind of sell home that more ballady feel of the song, if they really kind of like launched it and had like some like interesting like ad libs or something like that, I think it would have kind of again, I think it would have kind of made the song seem a little bit more full circle. That's not to detract from the song in and of itself, because it is great. But I would have loved to hear like, because again, I know that they can all sing very well. I think it would have been really nice to hear some of the members kind of do their thing vocally. But beyond that, really, it was really sweet, very a very good song in terms of ballad. But I thought this was this is a nice ballad song, and obviously and team can do ballads, so you love to see it. So yeah, I enjoyed the song. Like I said, nothing too crazy. I feel like it feels and is very very ballady, and I feel like it sticks to that tried and true fashion. So very nice. Best of luck, Harmony. Hopefully you get a nice laptop. So very nice, very nice, very nice. Kaylee's comment killed me. All I do is I can't say anything. I suck at names, and Cal is saying the same thing. Hey, listen, I'm doing what I'm doing. I appreciate y'all for helping me out. So I'll take any help I can get, because I feel like I don't know it all, and I don't claim to know it all. So whenever I've got chat in the box with me, I feel a little bit more comfortable. So very nice, very nice. We are keeping the train moving here. Seadair, I think, is the next track. Sarah says, "You're a good learner, and that's what matters." I appreciate it. Thank you. Let's check it out. I'm curious. This seems like little lore heavy if I'm looking at the thumbnail, but I don't know. Could not be. There's a little lore, maybe. Potentially. Seadair. Okay. I'll get it, Harmony. Ooh, I like this though. Oh, are you guys doing the bingo card? love this bridge. The dichotomy between these scenes is so wild. Interesting. Okay. All right. This was An Team Same De Re. Hopefully, again, Same De Re. Okay. That's my best attempt. But this was very nice. I like this one a lot. I think the combination of, again, their vocal talent has been superb. I feel like this, I could take all the commentary that I made about maybe, I feel like the song would translate better to this song. Like, I feel like this is the natural evolution, I feel like, of maybe, you know what I mean? Like, this one has like a little bit more of that, like, not entirely, but it has a little bit of a ballady sort of feel to it. But I think that it elevates the song in such a really nice way. So I really like the tonnage of the song. I think they do a great job of keeping it unique. I think that every song that they've released, like, you know, you get different unique tones, but I think like the more softer, like, vocal palette of this song, I think really is highlighted really well in this song. And like, I think they have such a like pristine, like, cleanliness to the vocals in this song that I really like. And not to say that their vocals were gritty or like, you know, like, I feel like it's unadulterated in the sense of there's not a lot of um like heavy vocals, like, editing on it, or like, it feels very clean to what they can do vocally. So I love that. I think they did a great job production wise of making them all stand out in that capacity, but still giving them like that sort of like beautiful tone that they all have individually. You really were able to kind of pick out different moments throughout the song in my head where I was like, ooh, you know, I really like, you know, maybe this spot from like Yuma or like Joe or K or, you know, Fuma, that I think you really get to lean on a little bit more in these types of songs. So I really do appreciate that. I really like the bridge of the song. I think that's probably my favorite part, just because I think it was a nice differentiation from, you know, the rest of the track. But yeah, I think this is kind of, to me, that evolutionary period where I was like, okay, I liked maybe a lot, but I'm like, this is the type, this I feel like is that next forward progression to making it feel like a little bit more larger than life. And I like the inclusion of like lore elements as well. It didn't feel like the song was like extra long for that reason. Like, I think they incorporated it very well as well too. So I appreciate that. I think they have done it very succinctly. So really appreciate that a ton. So very nice, very nice. We've got some harmony lore. Lived in Japan for a decade and still sometimes have issues too. I believe in you. Well, thank you. Specifically Okinawa, very nice. And then they also said this song is so beautiful. I agree. And Harmony says, I get that frustration. One thing, okay. Oh, it was in terms of Kaylee's comment. Okay, very cool, very cool. I know my partner was learning Japanese as well, so I might have to get on that train or learn Korean so I can translate some of this stuff a little bit better. But very cool, very cool. We will keep it moving. The next one on the AND team list here is Scar to Scar. Callus is talking about different sound in one release. This next one is the same single album as this song. Very nice as the previous song we just listened to. Wow. Okay. I'm going to see the juxtaposition in real time. So let's check it out. Wow. Interesting. Ooh. Woo. Ooh. All right. Very nice. This was AND team Scar to Scar. Hanging out. Thanks for hanging. Appreciate y'all. Wow. Arnie says sponsored by Sprite, so enjoy. Listen, I'm enjoying my no plug, no sponsor here, but enjoying my Sprite Zero here. So let's go. Anyway, this was phenomenal. This was one of those songs I'm gonna immediately go into the playlist. 100%. I love that like borderline rock metal tone. Definitely appreciate that a lot. Kind of giving me shades of like older AT stuff a little bit. Obviously not as hectic. I feel like older AT stuff is wild, but and like maybe some like older like Stray Kids and stuff, which I appreciate, that's type of stuff that I like listening to. But I think this one absolutely goes insanely hard. I agree with Sonja. I love the choreography in this. The choreography was so smooth, so clean. But yeah, I think this one definitely is one of those songs that I would have never expected to be on the same release as the previous song we listened to. But wow, I feel like it puts me in my place because it's to expect the unexpected, and I think that they do a fantastic job of not doing what I feel like most people would expect him to do, have those outliers. In this one, I think they do a really good job of. Vocally, this is a little tough. I definitely like Fuma. I feel like Fuma's in the back left here, if I'm not mistaken. He was incredible. I don't know who was over here in the tank top, but they were also really incredible as well too. Those were the two that stood out to me the most in this song. But yeah, overall, this one was the Nico. Okay, very nice. Shout outs to Nico. I definitely was not expecting that, but killer work from Nico. But yeah, this one's a high energy song. I think I feel like on my workout gym K-pop gym playlist, I feel like this would have to be on that list. So I will be putting this on the playlist. So definitely stoked. Very nice, very nice. Sarah says Nico and Maki go crazy on this one. I agree. And then Harmony says Joe is the one in the knitted cap. Yeah, that's a hard look. I respect that. But yeah, this one definitely up my wheelhouse. Definitely something I already enjoy already, and to already like and team collectively, I think this one is one to add to the list for sure. So very nice. All right. We are moving on to the next and team song. And it is it Kogawari? Hopefully I pronounced that right. Let's check it out. Kogawari.
Don't think I can feel anymore,
Hey, thank you. Thank you, Army. Ooh. Interesting pre-chorus. Woo. It's got a great groove to it. Great bridge. Oh, hard. This one might have taken the cake so far. Woo! All right, this was An Team Kogawari. Very nice if you're hanging out. Wow. And Harmony says Kogawari meaning of voice change / maturing, literally meaning is a voice break or crack. Oh, okay. Very cool. I do that a lot. I'm sure if you hear me on chat, I just crack my voice all the time. This was incredible. I think maybe it's just hardwired into me to liking those like groovy, funky pop songs, and I feel like this one just scratches that itch for me. I loved the instrumentation in the song. I think that truly is like the additional member to An Team in the song. It just feels like, first of all, the production work on the actual instrumentation is great. I love how a little bit dry the drumming is. Like that hi-hat tone is so smooth, but it like cuts through the mix really well, and the way that they kind of shift between that like hi-hat snare shift is so much fun, and then accenting on the hi-hat twice I think is such a cool little details about the song I think really stand out more to me. I love like the little bits of like horns in this song. I feel like that horn section really kind of ties it all together. But as well as that, I think their vocals too, I think do a really great job of making the song feel like dynamically interesting and appealing. Like I love the pre-chorus. I think this was some really phenomenal like structuring of the song. I will say the chorus as well too was just so like catchy, so like groovy. I think it fits the mix of the song so well. And then I like that. I think it's intentional, if I had to guess, but just like the way that they took cues, at least from the choreography, to kind of do like different moves to match up with the song, I think is so fun. I love that. Obviously, it's the attention to details, and I think the song definitely has it for sure. And then, man, that bridge kind of came out of nowhere, but I love it. I think that was like just what this song needed to kind of differentiate it, make it feel fun, make it feel interesting. And it just offers this completely different scope on the song that I think really ties it all together. And then you get that final chorus to kind of cement everything together. This is definitely, like I said, amongst the favorites that I've listened to tonight. I would say at least top 3 for me personally. Wow, this was a phenomenal song, and if I had to guess correctly, I know normally it's Maki, EJ, and Nico. I think are the 3 rappers. Am I correct on that for An Team? I don't know who is doing the bridge, but phenomenal work. Big love. So Lucy says, love this one. It was my first An Team song and still one of my favorites, along with Firework and Samadare. Very nice. That was I feel you on Firework. That was one of the first ones I think I listened to as well. So Harmony says this in Atarashi Iorashi, excuse me. Is it that maybe I said it wrong? Are probably 2 of my favorite songs by them. Ooh, okay. And someone just says, no voice cracks in the song though. The vocals are so good. I agree. Yeah, the rappers in the song, Harmony confirmed. Okay, appreciate it. Yeah, they were incredible. And then Cal says, that is not how you eat cereal. I need to go back. I don't think I saw that section. Was it here? It's gotta be close. I just want to see. Okay, they had the. Oh, okay. Orashi. Okay, thank you, Harmony. I'm learning. I'm picking up. Slowly but surely, but very cool. This one is gonna be the hard one to beat. I feel like right now this is the vibe I'm digging. So very nice. let's get into the next one, which is Oashi. Very nice. Let's give it a listen. Okay. I see it, harmony. Ooh, interesting. Okay. Ooh. Woo. Aw. Okay, I thought we were gonna get some lore at the end, but all right, that was Oashi. Very nice. This was great. I can understand this being one of Harmony's favorites because I definitely like this a lot. I think to me it gives me, and I'll reference it again because I feel like this one it feels very important to reference, but it kind of it definitely gives me shades of previous songs that we've listened to. You know, not in a bad way. I feel like obviously it's elevated. The songs continue to progress, become more interesting. But I feel like this one has such an and team feel to it. And I mean that in the highest of compliments. Like this is a type of song that I'm like, damn, like the colorization of their vocals I think is really well stated in this song. I think the instrumentation feels very like and team where they incorporate again like those band elements, but then have like those like 808 like trap like pop type beats in their song. So I think this gun kind of again melds those two worlds together, but is a little bit more harmonious. And I think as well as that, I think it offers like more of that major key tonality, which I really like from them. I love the chorus of this song. It definitely at first I was like, ooh, like I like it, but I think that the song as we kind of progress throughout it, I was just like, damn, this chorus is actually really catchy and is so much fun. Um I like as well as this very similarly to like some of the other songs that I've referenced in the past, but like I love the fact that you get to hear like different members that you don't get to hear a lot of. I more specifically mentioned like Yuma before, but I really like Yuma's voice in this one. Um, Harua, I feel like was also incredible in this song as well too. Um, and I think there's just moments in this song where like again you get like that collectiveness of like, wow, they're all really incredible, and like obviously there's some strong suits to each member, but I think they do such a great job of like painting with broad brushstrokes and really giving like the more ballady or the more anthemic type songs to like certain members, and obviously giving them a moment to shine outside of like maybe a more aggressive type song. Like I think they do a great job of kind of hitting the wheel on all sides, so you'll love to see it. But this one was really good. I would definitely put it amongst my favorites that I've heard tonight for sure as well. Just like the smoothness, the clarity, just felt really good. So very nice. Harmony says literally a summer song. Orashi means a blue storm. Usually talked about during summer storms. Ooh, okay, that's very nice, very nice. Yeah, this is incredible. Kala says this one's great, such an earworm. I would agree. Very nice, very nice. Next one is this. Kala says the next one is on the same single as Oashi. Very nice. All right, let's get into Imprinted then. Oh man, it's fucking yoked. It would make sense. They are called An Team. If they're not athletic, I'd be surprised. Ooh, very nice. All right. I don't think we have anything else. Okay, cool. All right. This was N Team's Imprinted. Very nice. Very nice. Hari says after my comment that I made about Fuma. Fuma is an athlete and has competed on Ninja Warrior type shows. Oh wow! And then Cal followed that up and says this whole group is very athletic. like I said, I feel like if your group's name is and team and you're not athletic, I'd be very surprised by that. Not to say that that is the case, but I feel like, you know, the justification is there. And Harmony says Kay still runs marathons, and Sarah says good for him, couldn't be me. Yeah, that's incredible. Big salutes to all of them for staying wildly in shape. This was a fun song. I don't think there is too much commentary I feel about this song. Like, it's a very nice, like, again, summerish song. The melody is very familiar. The first song that I thought of, especially in the verses, that I can't get now, I'm listening to the mashup of this song and the other song I'm gonna reference in just a second in my head, but it kind of, like, melody wise is pretty similar to that of CeeLo Green's Fuck You. And I don't know why, but, like, those two intersections of songs interlapped in my head, and I was just like, get it out. I need to not listen to both of these songs. I'm trying to, like, do my commentary. But that was, like, the first song that popped into my head, and I was like, the melody choice is kind of there, you know what I mean? So you know, I'm envisioning, you know, I opened my third eye for the song, but it definitely is giving that type of vibe. There was another song that definitely, like, chord phrase wise is pretty similar, but I can't think of it. But this was a very phenomenal song. Like I said, I think it's a very sweet song, very summerish. But yeah, like I said, nothing bad about the song. Definitely enjoyed it. Their vocal talents are incredible. But you know, I think in the zeitgeist of and team songs, you know, I feel like, to me, it's like a very well-rounded song, very well-equipped song, but isn't like one of those songs I feel like I would be like, oh yeah, I need to hear Imprinted. You know what I mean? Like, it's a good song, but it doesn't stand out amongst the other songs that I really enjoyed tonight. So someone just says I could hear it. I'm glad I'm not going nuts. I thought for sure, I was like, damn, I was like, Chad's being a little silent on this one. So I was like, you know, not that, like, again, everybody has a different ear to it, but I'm glad other people heard it now. And if this ruins your taste for this song, I apologize. But anyway, we're going to keep it moving before I ruin other songs for tonight. But the next one is Beat the Odds, which looks to be a B-side. So very stoked. Let's check it out. Oh, a single with no MV. Okay. Thank you, Cal.
Tell me something. Have you felt
I love that
this
arpeggiated
before?
synth in the back. That's so cool.
설레 높이가 가사 날 닿은 순간 Yeah, you're ready 운명과 monochrome 싫어 그렇듯게는 밀라인 구리카에 새유크 깃털이 열리며 후달리네 애가 구색하여
Ooh, that was breakbeat drums. Nice.
Woo. Go on. I can model it again. I put my game on. What's the fire from the top? Let's go. Chance, yeah. So where I act and I lose. Okay, you could tell I try. We can make it. We can take it now. 'Cause I can't stop when you look in my eyes.
Ooh. I'm digging Maki in the song. Hey, Nico popping off. Let's go. All right. Very cool. That was Beat the Odds from Anteam. I paused that the most optimal time. Um, that one was such a fun one. I love the synth in that song. That arpeggiated synth in the back was so cool. It would have been nice if it kind of like poked in and out of the song, but I kind of like it being more of that centerpiece in the track. So really appreciate that. Vocally, man, I think to me that was very interesting. I wanted to apologize. I did not respect Maki for his game, and for that I feel I feel like I've disrespected Maki biases out there. He was incredible in the song. Definitely, like, to me, one of the more standout members in this song specifically. He had like a little bit of like vocal grit that I really liked, and I hadn't heard and Team do so far. So I hope he incorporates it more as we get into newer material. But I love that. I love a good vocal grit, and he's definitely selling it for sure. And I'm just eating it up. But yeah, really loved his tone. As well, Fuma definitely enjoyed definitely enjoyed Fuma a ton in this song. Um, again, he's one of my favorites, so I feel like I have to give him the representation. And also Nico. I was very, very surprised about Nico. Especially in the like bridge section. He popped off, and I like, again, game respects game. I was not not expecting that, but absolutely crushed it as well. So definitely love that. That was those two members I feel like were the ones that shocked me the most in terms of like, wow, they impressed me. Obviously my favorites like Fuma K were also incredible. But I feel like Maki and Nico were like surprises that I'm definitely stoked about. I think instrumentation wise, like, there's definitely some moments where I thought they were gonna take it into like a different. I feel like they're gonna amplify it a little bit more, especially towards that final chorus. I thought they were gonna hit us with like a more grandiose sort of final chorus, but that was probably my only thing. I mean, again, for a song being under 3 minutes long, I was not really expecting them to do something big at the end, but I wanted to channel the power of positivity and hope for a strong final end, but wasn't too bad. That was kind of the only one that I would have really appreciated. I think it would have set the tone a little bit more in the song, but Kala says all of these are singles until Crescent Moon, Wish, I think. And Jazz says, I was kind of expecting the drop of the chorus to be bigger, but I still enjoy it. I also agree with you, Jazz. I think maybe it just might be like, I would have been fine with the choruses staying the way that they are, but I think if they really sold it on the final chorus, either like vocal ad libs or just having like a more like push towards the end of the song, I think that probably would have been my only big commentary about the song. But otherwise, I thought it was very good. Harmony says, to be fair, his voice changed and grows since he was 15 when they debuted. That's fair. I don't disagree with you on that at all. I mean, I could speak for my voice as well, so I know how much your voice can change over the years. So it makes sense. But very good shit no matter what. Kala says, I agree. The song felt a bit too consistent, but I still enjoy it. But yeah, I feel like, again, not a bad song, really good. I just think if they extended it a little bit longer, I think they could have made up some untapped ground there. So that's my only big thing. But good shit so far. I mean, honestly, they've been very consistent. So I love to see it. All right, the next one is Jugoya. Hopefully I pronunciated that right. If I didn't, Let me know. Check it out.
他の誰かじゃなくてあなたとじゃなきゃダメそばにいるだけ
Pretty close. Thank you, Harvey.
僕ら叶えられるよね満月の中高や
Sonja. It was Kala and Harmony, but sentiment's still there. Hopefully it goes smoothly for you tomorrow.
あの時より巨大な夢が胸に実った輝きを増す Moonlight 忘れられない For night 他の誰かじゃなくて
Ooh.
あなたとじゃなきゃダメそばにいるだけでなんだって僕ら叶えられるよね僕を見るあなたの目あなたが映るこの目不思議なくらいに今夜はなぜかそれせず見せられ本当のことを言うと前は自分自身をどこか信じてなくてでもあなたと出会って手を取り合うたびに心触れるたびにできないことはないと本気で今思うよ他の誰かじゃなくてあなたとじゃなきゃダメそばにいるだけでなんだって僕ら叶えられるよね生やしたてる虫の音爽やかに吹く夜風できすぎなほどに今夜全てが僕らを抱きしめてくれ伝えて Over and over Over and over Over and over Over and over again 同じ気持ちで僕らは Over and over Over and over Over and over and over and over again 夢を広げて他の誰かじゃなくてあなたとじゃなきゃダメそばにいるだけでなんだって僕ら叶えられるよね僕を見るあなたの目あなたが映るこの目不思議なくらいに今夜はなぜかそれせず見せられ
Ah, this is good. I like this. All right. This was Anteam's Juyu Goya. Hopefully, again, if I butchered it, let me know. Y'all know I love the like more band associated songs. I feel like this one is one of those ones that just scratches that itch. You know what I mean? Like there's something about like I don't know why, and maybe it's just again because I like I'm fully engrossing myself more into like K-pop and stuff, but I think there's something really good about the crossover between like whether it's a girl or a guys group, their take on more of that like band type music. I don't know, like they kind of do this like indie vibe in this song so well, and not that I'm shocked because I feel like they just do an incredible job, but I do feel like it is always very interesting because maybe it's just my perspective, but like the crossover between those genres is like, to me, does super well. I think their vocals are really highlighted super interestingly. And like I think it is amplified well just because again you got like the bass work, the guitar work, the drumming of the song, I think keeps the momentum and the energy of the song really in really a good spot, and then it really allows you to kind of again highlight the vocals, because there really isn't too, I don't think there was too many things beyond just the instrumentation and their vocals in the song, and I think you get this really nice perspective on the track that I feel like maybe the other songs in their discography, weren't at that point. But not to say that they're not good. I mean, they're good in their own right, certainly. But I think that there is something really special about like these types of songs. Obviously, I was having a good time. I was doing the air drums like I do when I'm, vibing with a good song. You probably, if you had seen me in real life, I often do that in my car. So probably, yeah, I would say is certainly, I feel like if I'm doing that, it's it's a gold star worthy song, certainly. Um, but I love the melodies in the song. I think they did a really great job of making them feel a little bit haunting in a nice way. But I also feel like there's something really there's something really catchy about like kind of the hooks of the song. So I really like that a lot. The chorus is phenomenal on this track. I thought just the way that the overall catchiness was great. I think it would have been nice, and this might be my only gripe about the song. Before I get into the gripe, I will also say ensemble vocals in the song were also incredible. I love like the harmonies and like the overdubs in the song. They did a really great job of mixing them. I think the only thing I would have liked at the end of the song, I think if they did some like more stronger ad libs. I think like the ad libs are there and they're good, but I think like this song feels like very yearning, right? Like I don't know, I would have to look up the lyrics to this song, but it really feels very emotionally driving in this song. Like you miss someone, or like I don't know what the vibe is of the song, but that's emotionally kind of like and sonically what I was getting at in terms of like more the minor key of this track. I was just kind of hoping for someone to just like really just like nail it home, like put the nail in the coffin a little bit, and bring the bring the sadness into the song. So I think that's probably my only thing where I was like kind of expecting it to be a little bit more emotional towards the end of the song. That's probably my only thing. That's not to say it wasn't handled very well. I think it could have just, I think they're at like an 8. I think you could have pushed it to a 9, potentially a 10, and I think it would have risen my ranks that much more. But that might be a personal preference, But very nice, very nice. Everyone's saying second air drum. Hardy says love this year, and Sarah says this means it's gold star worthy for sure. Calla says this is one of my favorites, but I have a lot of favorites. Ooh, okay, fair enough. But yeah, this was incredible. This one's definitely like one of those songs that I don't think, again, I don't know if I would necessarily associate it with N-Team, but it's definitely one that I like a lot just because I think musical preference is my vibe. So very nice. Great. 2 thumbs up. Enjoyed it. So let's keep it moving. We have the next one, which is Illumination. So let's give it a listen. Ooh, okay. Put a lot of sauce on that. I like that.
Baby girl, baby girl, only my girl 明日からの日常に戻ってもきっと幸せだろう一年に一度の今日を忘れないようにカメラロールに思い出を残そう、これからも君の
Aw. Very nice. Very nice. All right. This was Illumination by Anteam. I don't know if this would, I guess it would be considered a holiday song. I feel like I would throw it on. I feel like this would be a holiday song. I'd throw this on the holiday playlist. You know what I mean? This was great. I feel like I've said that a lot, but it is true. I've really enjoyed myself so far. This was really beautiful. I think Anteam has not run out of their bag of tricks. You know what I mean? Like, I think this song to me is subtly very nuanced. Like, there is like little moments. I guess not little moments. I'll retract my statement. There are a good bit of moments in this song where I feel like they're flexing, you know? But like, this is a very unassuming song where you feel like they wouldn't do that, right? Like, on face value, you know, you get like more of a, like, again, like a synth pop, or like a, you know, like an 80s synth pop sort of feel song. And like, there are some moments where I was just like, damn, like there's some really good runs, or like there's like a really good harmony section, or like some of the ad libs in the song were really great. And I think to me it's very interesting because like the song on the surface is just like, ooh, the chorus is really nice, it's really gorgeous, and I like their tones in this. And like, I think it is like very much a Trojan horse in the sense of like, there are some moments in the song where I was just like making a little bit of a stank face. And I was kind of like, damn, I was like, they're really throwing out a little bit of sauce in this song, and not really like, not really taking anything by it in that capacity. But I feel like they just do it in such a way where I'm like, damn, this is incredible. So I I definitely like this one a lot. This one is definitely one of those sleeper songs, at least in my opinion. Like, very unassuming, but I think it works out so well. And some of those, like, again, I know we talked about their high register, but this is another one where I feel like it's very up there in terms of vocal range. So also big salute to them for doing that, because that's again not an easy feat. So good shit. Harmony says, Cal, you know Joe probably actually drew it in the sketchbook. That was cool. I did see that part. I liked it. Harmony says, I put this up in Juyu Goya The literal meaning of the title is the day honoring autumnal full moon. This is the third series of their seasonal songs, following Kogawari for spring, Oashi for summer, and Utakari for Yukikari for winter. Oh, very interesting. I did not know that. Jazz says it may be a holiday song, but this is unironically my favorite song so far. I could see that. I could see that, Jazz. I could see that. No, Santa's. I slept through the whole stream. Oops. Well, you're here, and that's what matters. So thank you. They are. Cal says they're putting Brandon's pronunciation to work. I am cooking. I'm trying. Call me chef tonight. Anyway, we're gonna keep it moving. Yukikari is the next one. Again, if I butchered it, let me know. But let's check it out. Yes, chef. I could change it in Discord. Chef Brandon. Oh my god. Dr. Chef. Oh god. Yukikari. Okay. I have been a doctor for a long time. That is true. Oh, yeah. This chorus is phenomenal. Great bridge, too. Ooh. All right, we got more lore. I like how this has. Oh wait, is there more? Oh. I'm so confused. They made it out of the woods, guys. You can too. You just have to buy an old van. All right. Very interesting. I'm going to go back real quick because very cool. Very cool. All right. This was Yukari. Very nice. Very nice from Ann Team. Sarah says, "What if I have a 15-year-old SUV? Will that work?" Oh my god, for real, for real. Um, I like this one a lot. I thought this was very good. I will say for like the song itself, um, I think the chorus absolutely carries the song. Like put it on it, like the chorus put this song on its back for sure. Not to say that the rest of the song isn't good, but like the catchiness of this chorus is phenomenal. I love it. I think, I was at love at first sight, first chorus, but it like continued to get better and better as the more times I got to listen to the chorus. So I really appreciate that. The bridge was also another part of the song that I really liked as well. I like the more melodic feel of that. I think vocally this was also a really good song. Like there's a lot of good like powerful vocal moments throughout, which I feel like they have shown us a gambit of different emotions and feelings, but I think that this song again had some really good like strong vocals in this song, so I really like that a lot. The choreography was really cool. The little bits of lore that I got mixed throughout, it looks like it was almost like a like looking back in time kind of a moment in the song. So definitely like that, different like snippets throughout. I was going through Team, so that was cool to see, and obviously remembering them as well too. So definitely liked it. But yeah, overall, I thought this was a really catchy song. I think the seasonal songs that they have done in terms of their series has been really fun. I don't know if I can really think of another group that has done something like that. Obviously, I feel like most K-pop groups do like at least a summer song, if not more. Um, but I definitely enjoyed this. This was one of those ones that I was a little bit, surprised about, but I at the same time I don't feel like I'm surprised that I like this one as well. So this is really cool. Let's see here. Cal says love this one. And Harmony says this is another lore one. And then Cal says I believe this one leads into Deer Hunter. I wasn't thinking of it when making the playlist. There's a song in the middle of them. Ooh, okay. I saw some commentary about Deer Hunter before, so I'm curious to check it out. But this was a great one. I definitely enjoyed it a lot. So let's keep it moving here. The next one is Crescent Moon's Wish. Very nice. Harmony says the flashbacks are showing the loss of Kay's mom. Okay, very interesting. Sarah says all of us have like sibling cars. Is cute. Oh, that's cool. Very nice. All right, let's get into Crescent Moon's Wish. Let's check it out.
い出すあなたの名前をそんな時もそっと僕を照らしてくれてた淡い光星空から舞い降りた Your Crescent Moon 時が止まったような瞬間出会えた奇跡が今の新しい僕を君は三日月僕を照らす光離れていても輝いていられるだから前だけじゃなくて君の方を向いて一つ一つ確かめて進んでゆこうまた季節がめくるたびに満ちたり欠けたりもするんだ僕が泣いてたら君も泣いてくれる優しさをそっと分け合うように固く結びつけた赤い糸を空に向けて手繰り寄せた実はさ僕よりもずっと君の方が僕を知ってるんだ君は三日月夜を見上げるたび何もない僕に生きる日々をくれただから同じこの空で同じ月を見て夢見よう僕らはきっと強くなれるよ約束しよう I'll be with you forever 月夜に誓うよ
Ooh, that was vocals in the back. Ooh, so nice.
つながってる信じてるから君は三日月僕を照らす光離れていても輝いていられるだから前だけじゃなくて君の方を向いて一つ一つ確かめて進んでゆこう
Aw. Very nice. All right. I don't think we have any more. Yeah. Okay, cool. This was Anteam's Crescent Moon's Wish. Very nice. If you're joining us for the Anteam deep dive, much love to you. I know this was really gorgeous. They really knew how to do. I feel like they knew how to do ballads pretty well. At this point, I've been liking their take on that more somber type tone. I think they've done a really great job. And they have quite the array of different things to offer, but I do think they do a great job with the ballads, you know. I like I love the chorus. At first I was like the song itself was just gorgeous, but once they really kind of telled into that chorus, I was just like, damn, this is like already catchy, already got some good like emotional feels to the song, so I definitely love that a ton. But again, I think very similarly to a lot of the comments I've made about their ballads, I think the more somber tones have really been really good. Like I said, just getting to hear all of their different kind of tones that they have to offer, I feel like is a different context than, you know, like they're more like upbeat or like funky pop songs, or like, you know, like some of the more like rock tones and stuff like that. I think they really know how to hold their own when it comes to the genre, whether it be a ballad, you know, whether it be a funky pop song, whether it be more rock or like even metal adjacent based. I think they do a really good job of fitting what mood suits the song best, and that obviously shows their skills and talents as vocalists. So I definitely like that a lot. I definitely like Yuma in this song a ton. I definitely picked out little bits and pieces of Yuma just because, again, his voice is so unique. So I really enjoyed that a lot. But yeah, this was another really phenomenal song. I like I said, there has been maybe very few songs where I'm like, you know, I'm not feeling this one, but I feel like this one was definitely amongst the better songs of tonight for sure, 100%. No, Santa says that percussion is teasing something I feel. I definitely agreed with that. Sarah says this song feels like an early 2000s rom-com. I could also see that as well. Looks like Harmony saw it too. Cal says I love the chorus in this song. Harmony says Harua being a bunny is so perfect. And Jazz says these winter songs have been really good. Yeah, I would agree. I think maybe winter might be their best suited seasonal month. So, or seasonal time of year. So very nice. All right, we're getting to Deer Hunter, which has been one I feel like people have been talking about. So I'm curious. I have not listened to this one. So let's give it a listen.
My primal instincts are awake, won't fade away.
Ooh.
미타살렌 gone away. Oh, 거듭 모든 맛이 no pray. 나도 다른 나이 I want it all. Keep a warm 그 위만 너 turning back tonight. 너와 네가 달린 night. Hold down. Once you got enough before
Ooh.
get ready to You're taking my flight 내는 세상 모두 지금 나를 툭툭 시대 그래 건너가기 산대로 We're having no time for talking about nothing.
Interesting use of that autotune. Nice. Don't stop, not until we get what we want. Yeah, I'm a predator, no turning back tonight. Danny in a mother. Hold down, want to get it up, 3, 4, set it up, get ready to hold down. You take it 1, 5 minutes, is not more to take another. 툭툭 시대 꿀을 혼나갑기 전에 We're serving no time for talking, don't 나 애물어지 뭐 You feel it so, I feel it more. 사이고만 돼. 그 밑에서 역겨운 love that they stack the harmonies on that. So nice. Ooh, okay. I guess we leave a little lore at the end. Okay. Very interesting. Have I been missing out on lore bits at the end of these videos? All right. I gotta go back. To Deer Hunter. All right. Very cool. This was Deer Hunter by Team. All right, I understand. I think you've caught them all. Okay, thank you, Kala. This was very interesting. I like it. I was a little okay. I feel like I gotta get my thoughts in gear here. So I think the song itself is very unique. I like the vibe. It's definitely giving more like minor tones. There's like a little bit of like a haunting aspect to it. I think just the way that those oohs and ahs kind of go into play with the song. I really like that. And I think obviously it plays more towards like the darker tonalities of the song. So I think it is well adjusted to this track. I also like that this again feels like a different chapter. Like I think that all of their like major songs that they've released have all had like a different flavor to them. Just because I think they like obviously I think Harmony says that this one has more of a mature feel to it, and I can hear that 100%. I definitely like the way that they're going directionally. I think they're also utilizing more of like the vocal tones throughout. Not that they weren't before, but like there's just an interesting adaptation to this song that I think is really interesting in terms of like more of those falsetto and like the harmonies, and like I think they did a really great job of mixing in like a little bit of that dark edge to the song where it does feel very Team, but at the same point still pulls in a lot of different elementations of the song. I love the chorus. I will say at first I was like, you know what? I was not really feeling it as much, but I think like just that beat and like especially the second half of that chorus is just so good and really engaging that I think to me it's hard to say that I didn't like it towards the end of the song, because I was like, damn, it is really that level of catchiness to it. I liked the more, again, higher register. I think they're doing a lot more of those like head voice falsetto tones, which were really nice. And again, it plays to the eerie, ominous tones of the song. So I think they do that super well. But yeah, this has got a good like funk level to it as well, which I wasn't really expecting. I was kind of expecting it to be more of a darker song, and obviously there's moments of that in and out, but it's got a little bit of a funky edge to it. So I like that a lot. Bridge was probably my favorite part of the bridge section of the song was probably my favorite. I thought that it was really cool. The only thing, like I said, I would have loved for them to pop off vocally. I think if they did some like really interesting, like minor, like vocal ad lib runs, I think that would have been phenomenal towards the end of the song. But overall, I feel like that's maybe me just like grasping at straws a little bit. But I would definitely say this is amongst my favorites. I can understand the earwormness of this song, and I can understand why people love this song, because I think it is definitely one of their strongest songs in terms of like I think maturity level, as well as that I think like there is a consistency in terms of what I've listened to so far with Team that I really couldn't go without mentioning. So really nice. Kaylee says love this song. Sarah says favorite 100%. Kyle says this was great, but once they released the MV and performance video, it shot up my rankings like by so much. Ooh, very nice. Harmony says I think they really played into the direction their lore was moving in. Ooh, I would agree. I think like especially with them being more werewolves. I was kind of expecting them to be a little bit more in that darker, brooding tone. Not to say it's necessarily in that feeling, but this song definitely I think is very representative of that for sure. Kaylee says it's like mature, eerie. I agree. But the Cal says the MV came out about a month after the song did. Oh, okay, that's very interesting. What a choice. I think the stylization was great. So they did a fantastic job MV wise too of really holding it together. It's a B-side. Wow. Okay, that's wild. Okay. All right, and team. I see you. Very nice. All right. I finally have heard the song that most of y'all probably wanted me to listen to from Man Team. So we are gonna keep it moving down the train. The next one is Big Suki, which is also one that I feel like most people were also. I saw a couple of comments about this one, so excited to check it out. Let's see what it's all about. I'm grasping here. Let's go. Okay. Ooh, nice pre-chorus. Woo! I love that panning bell sound. That's cool. Love that acapella section. That was cool. Hey. All right. This was An Team Big Suki, if you're hanging out. Very nice. Very much up my wheelhouse. You know I love a good funky pop song. Definitely influenced by like a little bit of like Michael Jackson. I would say maybe like some Motown, which I'm about. I grew up listening to a lot of that stuff, so I don't know if it's maybe necessarily me just being like nostalgic for that sort of stuff, but it's also because I probably enjoyed it as well. This was so much fun. I love the choreography. Harmony says this one was choreographed entirely by Kay. Shout outs to the GOAT. This was just phenomenal on all fronts, at least from my perspective. I love that little bit of like bell, like cowbell sound, like and bell ringing mixed in. I think the panning on that is so much fun. I loved the vocal stacking in the song. I think they did a fantastic job with the vocals. There's so much good layering. I love like kind of like the harmony parts as well too. Just like feels very full. And like the melody choice was really incredible. Instrumentation wise, also really good. Like that groovy, funky, rhythmic-y sort of stuff. I love like that kind of bass walking, so much fun. And it obviously seemed like one of those songs that I don't know if they've performed live yet, but it seems like one of those ones that just would just be an absolute blast to see performed live. So definitely love that. But incredible song. This was this is definitely a good, again, amongst the favorites tonight, and for good reason. Just another phenomenal, like good earwormy sort of song. So really good stuff here. Kaylee says, let's just say Ann Team is killing it. I would agree. Harmony says, oh, absolutely. And MJ feel would agree. Cal says this song came out with Jugoya last year. So it's a bit out of order, but this performance was released this March. Oh, okay. This was a great song. Definitely will have to add Big Suki onto the list for sure. So very nice. Moving into the final one for Ann Team. This one is Go In Blind. So I am going in blind. So let's check it out. I did go in blind before. Hey, Maki was crushing it. That choreography actually was sick. I will say I still think that they could have hit a final chorus on that song. I know I'm not crazy in thinking that they could have sent this shit home. So, all right, this was Ad Team Going Blind. I do remember this one because we did watch the MV portion of this song. Man, I think this song is really good. I just think it's incredibly short. I honestly think that this song, I think I do remember saying this, and I'll stand on business. I think this song should have had a final chorus. I think if they really sold that shit home with a big final chorus, this could have been this probably could have been one of my favorite songs of the year, honestly. Just because I think it just meshes what I know now, what I know and team is, which is like they kind of are a chameleon in terms of, in terms of what they're capable of doing. I, genuinely feel like they could have made it work a little bit more. But I love that they still incorporate like a good lot of good rock elementation into their music. This one is obviously no exception to that. But yeah, I really love this song. This is another phenomenal and team song. Also the choreography was sick in this song. I know I saw bits and pieces of it in the MV, but I feel like seeing the full gambit of the song in its performance MV, I think was a 2 thumbs up performance for me. So yeah, and team incredible. I think favorites, because this is a little bit longer of a playlist. This is tough. I feel like I feel like I'm hurting myself because like the 5 most current songs that they've done, or at least on this playlist, I really liked. So that's tough. I think I'd still remain the same. Ju Yu Goya, I feel like it's still one of those ones that is amongst the favorites for mine. Uh, Kogawari, I feel like is another favorite, and then Scar to Scar, and I'd probably say Dropkick and Firework, I think were some of my other favorites. I'll give an honorable mention to Buzz Love. I think those would be the vibes. So very cool. Some comments here. Sarah says, is Nicholas also my girlfriend? Is this what I learned today? Potentially. Seems like that is the case. Sarah also says his representation color is pink, so so I think it's meant to be. I would agree. Uni says, I think Firework, Road Not Taken were my faves. Ooh, okay. Dropkick and Deer Hunter were cool too. Ooh. Kaylee says, Deer Hunter #1. I really do love that song than everything else. Sarah says, I was going to say Deer Hunter, War Cry, and Firework. And Harmony says it's another short one, but a B-side, Run Wild, is probably up your alley when you get the time. Ooh, I'll have to check it out. Uni, not to call you out, I need to know how close you are. You've got to be. You have to have the points now, I hope. I streamed for fucking 10 hours the other week, so I thought maybe you're at least closer now. I was going to say, Uni's got to be close. Like, on Heaven's Gate here. Oh, hell yeah. Let's go. Big salutes. Let's go. Uni. Are you going to cash it in? You got to cash it in. Gotta cash it in, homie. You gotta do it. And you gotta let us know who you're covering or you'd like us to cover. So Sarah says another hour I would have joined you. Oof, wow. Sarah, I feel like I know what Sarah's is. It's gotta be ZB1. Uni's, I'm surprised. Uni's I'm very stoked about because I have no idea. I have no idea what they're gonna choose. So I feel like I can't close out stream unless you have. If you don't, I don't want to pressure you, but definitely let me know. Kaylee says it's okay, Sarah. You'll get it during Boys Planet. It's fitting. I was gonna say it feels very on brand. So very nice, very nice. Again, big salutes to Kala and also Harmony as well for helping the playlist out for and team. I'm glad we were able to do them. It seems like they had a lot of stuff, so it was good that we got to cover a lot of it. But very, very stoked. Yeah. Sarah says, would we be doing ZB1 because Boys Planet? Yes. Am I instead going to make you do a full ZB1 PowerPoint to make the points worth it? Yes. Again, would expect nothing less, honestly, at this point. Uni says, I know who I'm doing, but I haven't put something together for him yet, so I'm holding off on redeeming them for the moment. Oh, okay. That's a first. That's a first. I respect, I fuck with the vision, you know? So and Cal says, Woo, thank you. Glad we got them. Got to finally do them. Yeah, you guys did a fantastic job. So your graduation, yes, congrats to everybody in Discord that graduated. Much kudos to you. Awesome shits. Yeah, it's good to see. All the hard work paying off. So very nice, very nice. Wednesday we are continuing on with Boys Planet. So if you've been following me on that lovely journey through Boys Planet and the subsequent groups, come join us Wednesday. We are doing that for I don't know how long, but probably a long time. And then Saturday, I am streaming Saturday. I may do a deep dive instead of doing our typical chaos or catch up stream for Saturday or album listening, because Monday I am not going to be streaming this week from now. So we might do that instead. So if you have a group that you would like us to deep dive on Saturday, let me know. It would be greatly appreciated. Since we covered a boys group tonight, I would preferably like to do a girls group or a K band. So if you have any suggestions on that front, feel free to drop them. Would love to hear your commentary on that. So Santa says, save us from boys summer. I honestly, well, it feels like a staple piece at this point. So, I got to do it. But that is the vibe. So come join for future streams. If you're new here, if you come join on Twitch, you get channel points, and then you can be like Unhi and Sarah coming up, who will count theirs in for deep dives of their choice. So, if you come hang out, it's the best time to. Also, it's cool to get to know people, in chat, and that also subsequently come to join Discord. So, be very cool. It's a vibe. I definitely can. No bias here. I mean, it may be a little bit of bias, but, the vibes are good. So, come through. That's it. That's my end spiel. Thank you to all the and team people that are showing up. Hi, hello, come through. Would love to see you in future deep dives. We're here. So, peace, y'all. We'll see you on Wednesday for Boys Planet.